What up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, joined alongside Ring Walk Danny, and we're here to talk Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis, and we might have to throw in Devin Haney in there, even though he's not on the thumbnail. These young men seem to be at each other's throat on social media, asking each other to fight. And while Tank has 2 fights lined up, both Shakur and Devin have a lot of energy for Tank Davis, and so does Tank, man. I mean, he's, like the thumbnail says, maybe some lines have been crossed. But what's up, Ringwalk?
What up, champ? What up, what up, what up? Back with another one. And, man, it's funny because I was on my way here. I'm not sure if they saw the show scheduled, but I was on my way here, and another boxing platform hits me up, and you know, they happen to be very, very tight with Mr. Gervonta Davis, and they're like, yo, get BH, let's make this fight happen. And I'm like, they're like, this is a fight that has to happen. So definitely a lot of excitement. You know, all 3 gentlemen have sparred one another, so there's plenty of contradicting stories there, and history more than anything. So definitely excited. I don't know that these are fights that we get next year, or, you know, we might get like one of these fights the year after, but definitely good to see the top guys not just calling each other out, but wanting the fights, you know, with one another.
And wanting it with such energy. I mean, man, both Tank and Shakur feel like they got the best of each other in sparring, and you know, they got equal messages showing that the other is looking up to or bigging up. You know what I mean?
Showing respect too.
Yeah. Whatever way you want to phrase it. Like, they both have all that. So it's interesting. But this is why we go back to the Pitbull Cruz fight, and why I said that Bob and Top Rank would be failing Shakur if they couldn't get that fight for him. And while they sent an offer, to William Cepeda as a backup, all that's fine and dandy, but the job that needed to be done was ensuring that, you know, Tank Davis fights Shakur Stevenson and or a common opponent. Because if you get that common opponent, you start to build that storyline that's necessary for these big fights. Like, you kind of need a storyline in boxing, or people just don't care. I mean, we talked about that this morning. Bivol beat the big fight in the Canelo Alvarez fight, but he's got like 500,000 subscribers, you know what I mean, on Instagram. He's got like 50,000 on Twitter. Like, it didn't really do anything for him. Yes, he got a Qatar fight or a Saudi fight or Middle Eastern fight that probably paid well, but it didn't do anything for his popularity. It didn't make him a pay-per-view attraction. In the boxing world, is he known slightly more? Absolutely. You know, you got guys like Charlo calling him out now. So,
well, I think he's definitely known to Canelo fans. You know, you and I were in Los Angeles briefly on Saturday, and, bro, I got to say, when they put him and announced him at the fight being there was a sea of cheers for the light heavyweight champ, Dimitri Bivol. So, like you said, within the boxing community, absolutely. You know, but these gentlemen, I think, have built up their own popularity, their own fan base, their own demographic. And that being said, I was going to ask you, do you believe that since all 3 gentlemen have that popularity, that these fights need any of that marinating, or do you think that they can get right in there?
Yeah, I think any fight of this magnitude needs marination for sure. But that's why the common opponents are important. For Devin, he has that. You know, he's fought Gamboa, and he made his statement however he made it, you know, by pitching a shutout, by, you know, beating Gamboa in a similar or easier fashion? Possibly. For Tank, he has the
knockout.
He's got the knockout. He's got the knockout under his belt for Gamboa. So that's why I want Isak and Shakur to get in the ring. See what Shakur does with Cruz. How does he separate himself? Or does Tank continue to separate himself? Because while, Davis and Haney shared a common opponent, you gotta admire what Tank did. He knocked him out. Power carries weight. He showed us that he's got power from the opening bell to the closing bell, and that's literally what happened. 12th round, he got the stoppage, and really that's all that matters. Because knockouts sell, and that's why he's the cash cow of the division, because he can produce that sort of excitement that people want to pay for. He's got that Mike Tyson effect, and he's always kind of compared to Tyson, And for Shakur, he's always compared to Floyd. So what do? You go in there and you spank on Pitbull Cruz. You don't get touched so that you can continue to be compared.
So now let me ask you this. Do you think that Pitbull gets in? Because all indications have been no, right?
Yeah, I mean, what's the offer like, though?
And if I'm Sean Gibbons, right, am I in a rush to throw my 24-year-old in there with other top guys that could give him a loss? Like with Tank, you're on pay-per-view. Tank's that attraction, right? I don't know that Sean Gibbons is going to want to take his 24-year-old across the street for a potential second L.
Very true, but you got to factor in, it's the worldwide leader of sports. It's a huge publicity boost for Pitbull. Secondly, the Shakur Valdez fight was built up. It was big, and it does have the same element. It's Mexican versus African American. It's come forward fighter who lets his hands go versus the slick black fighter. So I think that, we have every element of a super fight or a big fight, excuse me. But Pitbull can make it a super fight. Let's be real. People now want to see him in the rematch with Tank, and it's based off his performance with Tank. So what could he do to Shakur? Shakur's moving up, too. He's a smaller man. I don't get why Pitbull Cruz and his team haven't jumped on it again. What was the offer like? Were they going to treat it like a big fight? Maybe all that mattered to Sean Gibbons and Isak Cruz, because let's be real, if Rolly can make weight, Isak Cruz and Rolly, I like that fight a whole lot.
I like that. And obviously that's, once again, a barometer, right? A common former opponent.
Mm-hmm.
I think a former interim champion. I think that it's a good first official fight at lightweight for Shakur Stevenson. But again, bro, it's just like these fights that are across the street that are just very unlikely to happen.
I mean, again, I don't know that they're unlikely. Like, what's unlikely are mid-level names. I feel like the bigger names are the ones that always make the fights. The Mike Tysons, the Canelos, the Crawfords and Errols. Those are the guys that make the fights because the fight means something. Like, the A-side's involved. No one told Canelo Billy Joe wasn't worth it. He was bringing a UK dude to Texas. So it's like,
who had a belt?
Okay. You know what I mean? If you're an attraction, you're an attraction. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, regardless.
I don't think it matters who Andre Ward fights in Oakland for what. They're showing up. And if you're an attraction, you're an attraction. If people are attracted to you, a belt doesn't necessarily have to be on the line, and us as hardcore boxer fans, we shouldn't even be talking about that, because now we're shunning the fighters away like Shakur that are willing to get in there and mix it up with a title challenger type of opponent versus getting in there when it is for a title, because that slows down the division. You know, that puts a damper on things, and it's like, why? We need things to continue to flow smoothly. And if more B and A level guys mixed it up without a title being on the line, we'd probably be in a better place in boxing as a whole.
So, to you, realistically, then, what fights do we see happen? Right? Because Tank is busy.
I mean, is he?
At least till late next year.
Again, is he? There's no contract signed. The Zone made that clear. If Top Rank, again, bro, is that we give passes to these promoters. Like, you getting $90 million from ESPN. It ain't hard. It ain't hard to offer Tank a guarantee and put him on pay-per-view with Shakur or with Devin for all the fucking belts and steal the fight from Ryan. It's not signed. They got a contract in place. In principle, ain't shit signed.
So, how much money you think? Because, I think financially the Ryan fight is always the bigger fight. So,
maybe.
Don't you feel like they'd probably have to overpay?
Maybe you overpay for the first one and not the second one. Maybe you give Tank a 60-40 split the first way. You got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, all roads lead to Tank at 35. And if you're Top Rank, you on the outside looking in. What are you going to do? Push Shakur versus Devin in versus each other? Why? You got two shooting stars. You're going to burn one out? You might as well send one of those elite level motherfucking guys you got. You go send them like they sent Brad Pitt in Troy.
Never seen it.
Yes, you were better off yawning or something, bro, than telling the world you never seen Troy. That's a shame.
I never seen it, Champ.
You got a girl now, please. Make that your Saturday night movie. That no grown-ass man should be walking around here and didn't see Brad Pitt's Troy. Sorry. But anyway.
Bro, I just found out that him and Angelina aren't together anymore.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You
That's
need
crazy.
pop culture in your life.
Yeah, that's crazy. They had like that great movie where they were shooting at each other. That was great.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where the whole Achilles comes from. That was his name, Achilles.
But yeah, champ.
Trojan horse. Never heard of the Trojan horse?
Ain't that like the Trojan condom mascot?
I mean, I guess, yeah. But no, the Trojan horse was like, I guess it's a metaphor for a trap, right? Because it's like, I don't know. I don't even want to act like I know history, but let's just go with, I don't know, Greeks and Romans maybe. One of those two guys were beefing and fucking the one team was smarter than the other team.
Okay.
They gave them this statue of a horse, but inside the horse was the army. So once they accepted the horse as like, I don't know, maybe it was like, yo, we
peace treaty.
Yeah, we don't want to fight. Take this horse as a sign of peace. It was all bullshit. Everybody jumped out the horse's ass and killed everybody.
That's interesting.
For real. I'm shocked you never watched this movie. You're so, it's like, that's almost, it's very sad.
It's all right.
But yeah.
But we do have a guest.
Is he in studio?
He is in studio.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to cut to...
Wait. Isn't this the jeweler of Regis Program?
Regis jeweler.
That's right.
Mike the jeweler, NYC, will be joining us in studio. Made the trip from LA after the Regis fight this weekend, and he's here in Vegas. Said he came to try his luck on the craps table. So let's see. But we're gonna cut to Kenichi Bear promo and be right back.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. And we're joined here by Mike the Jeweler, correct? We need to turn Mike's mic on.
If you guys could just
1, 2, 1, 2.
There we go.
Testing.
All right.
There we go.
Right.
So, man, let's jump straight into it, man. How does one become a jeweler? You look so young. How'd you become a designer of jewelry to the stars, man?
Well, it's a family business.
Okay.
It's Brandon's dad's company, and he's had the business for over 30 years. And Brandon and I have been friends for the past 6, 7 years, and he's always been trying to get me into jewelry. I've always been good in sales, and I just locked in with him about 3 years ago, started doing the little things. I started setting and polishing, learning the ins and outs of jewelry. And during the pandemic, ironically, a lot of businesses were like closing down, but we actually started growing more. We started out doing a bunch of jewelry for other jewelers across the country. And during the pandemic, we just started, creating our own lane, making our own bust-down pieces. And you look on our page, you'll see a whole bunch of celebrities that we work with, a whole bunch of watches.
For those that don't know, bust-down pieces means?
Like pendants, watches, anything with a lot of diamonds on it, anything super flashy. Anytime you see like a rapper with, a lot of diamonds on it, that's typically where we at with it.
Okay. So how'd the relationship with Regis Prograde come about, and how'd you end up making the Ragaroos, piece?
Well, honestly, to be honest with you, I DM'd him on Instagram, and along with that, I also work with a football player down in New Orleans that also has ties to him as well. So just those two connections kind of locked us in with him, and we went down there. We visited him. He's a real cool dude, real chill dude, very, very chill. I have to say, Regis is a real humble guy. His whole team is very cool. Brought me to his house, and we locked things in, and that was that. History is there.
So how'd the design come about? Let me get a screen share, fellas.
Yeah, so if you look, that's his logo right there.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to do something real nice for him, but nothing crazy flashy. I know he's not a flashy guy, but he wants it to look real good and real nice. And we took his logo, turned it into a pendant, and we thought that fits him. We put pear-shaped diamonds in the eyes. No one's rocking pear-shaped diamonds on anything really. So we just wanted to do something a little different, switch up the game a little bit, shake things up.
So what other fighters have you worked with?
Currently right now, Chris Arreola,
Okay.
Troy Isley. I was just at the
We're good, fellas.
Ortiz and Lomachenko fight. I would love to get your thoughts on that later on.
The fight?
The Ortiz and Lomachenko fight, yeah.
You work with Jermaine as well, correct?
Yeah, also work with Jermaine Ortiz as well.
Ortiz. Yo, he been looking like a bag of money since the fight. Let me tell you, I saw he was just at the Celtics game, and had the little ice on. Shout out to Jermaine. Been looking like a bag of money since
he's
the
a
fight.
cool dude.
Since the fight. That's crazy. So you were able to establish a relationship starting with a DM with Regis.
Yeah.
Has there been any other celebrities, sports or music, regardless, that you've just reached out to via DM or email or whatever, and they've actually got back? And
Yeah, a bunch of NFL players, honestly, and the more pieces we come out with is the more and more they trust us and see our work. And honestly, like I said before, we've done a bunch of jewelry for a whole bunch of other jewelers, like the biggest names you can think of.
How's that work? Like, because I'm not in the jewelry business, so why would I reach out to my competitor to help me with something? Is it because you're able to do something I can, or how does that work?
There's a bunch of different things that go into it, as far as like diamonds, the cost of labor to create any piece. I'll put it to you like this: to get one item done, you have to go to like 6 to 9 different people. So it does tend to get very expensive. And with us, like, we do everything in house from the start to finish, from the design to catting to polishing to setting. We do everything in house, so it makes it more easy for other jewelers to come work with us because, like I said, we do everything in house and we're super fast with everything.
Another thing is that a lot of jewelers, they like to go overseas, and when they go overseas, they have no control of anything. because that's why you see all these basic people doing very basic pieces. You know, they're like, I want to get my name. There's no thought in it. They're like, all right, cool. What's the name? How big you want it? This is the font, and that's that.
Yeah.
You know, like we try not to do that because every piece counts, and we're trying to make a statement, because that's at the end of the day why somebody's gonna get jewelry, is to make a statement.
Yeah.
You know, you want, like we always tell people, like, we want to make sure that you get a piece so that when you walk into a room, the other guy that's wearing a piece feels like he's like gonna tuck in his chain, because like, why does my piece not look like that? My piece looks like everybody else's pieces.
Speaking of pieces, I can't find the Ortiz one. Is it on your page?
No, it's not. We're in the process of making it right now. Okay. We're currently working on his, Chris Ariola's, and Troy Isley.
Oh, wow. Troy already getting one.
Yeah.
Nice. What he's going with? His name?
Oh,
you're not
I don't want to say it yet. I don't want to say it yet. But it's gonna be dope. It's definitely gonna shake things up in the jewelry game for sure.
Nice, nice. So Brandon, right?
Yep.
So this is your family's business?
Yep.
Did you always want to get into it, or kind of it's something that, I don't know?
You kind of just fell into.
I mean, I started doing women's jewelry, like fine jewelry stuff, because that's actually our specialty, with stuff that you see like in high end. So we've done pieces for, like, you know, Justin Bieber, Michael Jordan, the Clintons, but we're the back end people. So really, like he said, during the pandemic, it just, the hip hop jewelry thing just kind of happened. You know, you meet one person that introduces you to another person, and then it just blows up out of proportion. So like, really, Mike is the sports guy. I deal more so with, like, you know, the trappers and hip hop people. That's more so my lane. So it turns into a lot, but the real thing is just connections and really knowing how to, like, make the piece happen, because it's like 1,000 different pieces coming to make one thing.
Where are you in New York? Is it Canal, or you're not?
Nah. That's where all the fake stuff is. We're in the Diamond District in Midtown.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, that's crazy, because there's another jeweler that I know that, like you said, was focusing specifically on fine jewelry, and then, you know, the opportunity came about around the pandemic to get into, you know, like the custom pieces and the bust downs and things like that. And you know, they just recently got into it after like 40 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's because during the pandemic, they like to say it's the bandemic.
Yo, I mean, yeah, Trump was throwing out money left and right with PPPs. Everybody was getting good, and yo, the clubs, it's crazy. I remember going to a club in Newark, not in New York, in Newark.
Yeah.
Like a little, bro, it was like everybody in there had a piece on their neck.
Yeah, and everybody had a bag during that time. All the sections were full.
Yup.
And now if you go over there, it's like empty. It's a different type of energy going on.
Money ran out. So has that impacted business for you guys at all, or what have you seen come from that?
I'd say more so it's just you have to pivot like anything else. You know, like we don't really try to rely too much on a certain type of clientele. You know, you try to have different types of people. So right now, like, you know, like Mike is mainly dealing with the athletes. You know, athletes are always want to look good. They're always in the limelight. You know, it's just about connecting with certain people. Like right now, I got a piece coming out with A-Rap Music.
Okay.
So he's getting right. And then just a couple other people that, you know, aren't really out there, but they're in the streets and they're always getting money.
Yo, I was going to say, for you, Mike, who do you notice with the athletes that maybe tends to want to ball out and maybe tends to want to hold back a bit more? Is there a specific sport of athlete? Because I feel like some of these football guys keep it a bit more subtle, because it's like they don't really know you outside of your helmet. Yeah. You know, so I feel like some of the football guys keep it more subtle. What do you feel?
I think it's a mix, man. There's some football players that I've met so a little background story on me. I played football in high school and college, so I've always been into the game. And so most people won't know a player seeing them in person. They only can tell by their jersey and them in the helmet. I know what they look like, you know what I mean? So there's some NFL players that I work with that like to keep it calm. Some guys like to be flashy. They want to make a statement in the room and shake things up. So
how long have you been dealing with athletes?
We've been, I would say about the past 2 years. Past 2 years since the pandemic, we've been dealing with them.
So why branch into athletes?
It's well, you got to be versatile. You got to. I would like to. I want to be the biggest jeweler in the States. We really do. That's our number one goal. We want to crush it, and we want to work with everybody. You don't even have to be an athlete. Whether you're a businessman, real estate, doesn't matter. Whatever we make for you should represent you. You know, people should see a piece and could already tell like the type of person you are by seeing your piece.
You guys are more in sales though, right? Like you're not actually the jeweler that's setting the stones and stuff like that, right?
I mean, it's because you have to remember it's a lot of different things, you know. So it's phone calls trying to get diamonds. Like when we're doing bust down pieces, like for example a chain or a watch or something. Everybody thinks that it's a quick thing, but you're talking about getting thousands of different stones. You got to then drill the stone. If you're doing a custom piece, you got to get a design. It's talking to the person that wants to get it, getting it perfect, quality control. It's a ton of different things. Like, granted, we do different things. Like, we do work on like the design in the CAD. You know, I know how to make it into gold. I know how to set stones, but my time is better spent, you know, doing other things, trying to make everything else happen, putting the things together.
I get you, man. I mean, your youth, I would assume it's better served doing what you're doing, you know, talking to the potential customers and bringing them in, locking them in for sure.
So I'm curious, man, like with you and your family being in the business for so long, what was it in Mike that you saw that you reached out and wanted to get him involved in what you guys got going?
Honestly, it's just me and him, we used to work together. And
Okay.
he does sales, and we would always talk about sales. We would always talk about like bagging girls and stuff like that. And so like that in itself it would always tell me like, you know, you're a people person. I'd always tell him like, you're gonna be really good at being able to sell somebody on something, but more so it's because you're personable. Because jewelry is more so about personable. Because you can get jewelry from anywhere, but it's about people buy into you.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, this guy is a fanatic when it comes to sports. Like, he's the only guy I know that he'll start naming all these people in multiple different sports, and I'm looking at him like, I need you to just tell me who's the jersey, who's the guy exactly. Point them out to me.
So have you guys had anybody, since you guys have been doing business together, have you guys had anybody that some jewelers call it like gave you a green light, like there is no limit, but this is what I want, go ahead and produce it for me?
I actually have one guy right now that we're waiting on him, but that's what he's looking to get is a green light. He's trying to get like a crazy big pendant that's going to move around, and, you know, hopefully everything goes through. But assuming that it does, it's going to be a piece that nobody's ever done, because it's going to be a piece that's like literally a piece that we have to engineer. We have to put a mechanism in it. It's gonna have a button that you can push so that it moves around by itself and stuff like that. So it's going to be a piece that nobody's ever done, and it's really going to change the way everybody looks at jewelry.
Would that be the craziest piece you've done to date, would you say?
Yeah, it would be.
Who is your ideal customer? Is there a specific person you want to work with? Like, yeah, I want to make a chain for Jake Paul, or fill in the blank. I want to make.
Do you have a dream customer that you would like to make a piece for?
A dream customer. I'm trying to, honestly, it's just it's not more so that, it's more so I want to make the craziest piece, because every piece I just want it to look different. That's why people tend to come to us, is because when they get a piece, it's really going to be different than anywhere else. And so for me, it's more so about the piece itself. I like it when people have these crazy ideas, like this guy that I'm talking about, that he wants to get this crazy piece. I remember the biggest thing he told me that stuck to me was, he's like, you know what? I want to leave the club and I want to charge my piece. When he told me that, I'm like, I'm going to do it. I don't care what I need to do, what I got to figure out. I'm going to make that happen so that you can go and you can tell whoever you got to tell. Yo, I got to go soon. I gotta charge my piece.
Yeah, that's
gotta
crazy.
plug that in.
Is it gonna get corny if you start putting lights on it?
Nah, nothing gets corny if you know how to do it the right way.
Cause I could see, now that you got power, some neons is always official.
Yeah, no, it's funny that you asked that though, Nez, because I saw somebody talk about, it was around during the pandemic, the glow in the dark.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, yo, that sounds pretty corny. And I've seen some pieces that don't look good, but I have seen some pieces that are glow in the dark that look phenomenal. And I really just think that it's how it's being done, the quality of the work, really.
Yeah.
It's all about execution.
I gotta ask, because even though there's competitors, there's people that I feel have laid the groundwork, have done the legwork, and have been trendsetters in everything. So for you, who are some of the jewelers that you look at, like, they've been one of the top jewelers in the game, or somebody that you take off your hat to?
I mean, it's got to be the obvious one, Elliot.
Okay.
He's got those crazy pieces that really make you be like, wow.
Yeah, Elliot's been doing. So you think anybody outside of New York? Really just him?
I'd say really just him. He's like the main one because his pieces are just the ones that really have wowed me. Like, I've don't get me wrong, there are other jewelers that I see, they have, a couple pieces here and there, but him consistently, it's wow pieces. And he's really thinks outside the box in terms of what people might want, or what is going to make it a different type of thing. Because it's all about being different.
Yeah, no, I've definitely, I mean, he's worked with the Migos, with Cardi, with some of the biggest names. So not being in the jewelry world, and I don't, I'm not really a jewelry guy, but I've came across some of his videos, some of those green light pieces where he's spending $500,000, and the pieces are just ridiculous.
What about the guy from Texas? He's done a lot of pieces for people in boxing.
Johnny Dang.
Yeah. Johnny's for teeth. He's the teeth guy.
You talking about?
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten everybody chains and watches too. But I guess he specializes in
the grills, down in Houston.
Anybody that gets jewelry, one thing that they always say is they're always trying to get teeth from Johnny. That's like his stamp. He's got that one part of jewelry on lock.
And it's crazy because it's one thing, but he has evolved that one thing so much.
Yeah. Like,
I've seen some grills that he's done with the just different types of cuts, and I'm like, bro, that looks insane.
Yep.
Like, I know he just did a grill not that long ago for Quavo where it was like all emeralds.
Yeah, first of its kind.
And I think they were saying like it was like 35 to 40,000 a tooth.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Balling. So, Mike, is there a specific athlete you're hoping to bag?
Not really, to be honest with you. I could name a bunch off the top of my head, but I'd say Devin Haney, Tank. I'm working with one of their guys. What?
Those guys specifically, why them? Because of their social media, their popularity, or what you think residually will come from doing a piece for them?
No, more so mainly the ideas I have for them.
So it's specific to them.
Specifically for them, yeah. Specifically for them. I would say them, Michael Vick. I have something in store for Michael Vick if I ever get a chance to meet him. And off the top of my head, those guys right now.
Yo, that's funny. And as far as Devin and Tank, I think those are two of the leaders in the jewelry and the boxing business.
Yeah.
Leaders? You mean for the young generation?
Yeah, the fighters fighting. Like Floyd is his own thing. I'm talking about active fighters, that we see just in the game right now. Those are two that are, gonna have some nice jewelry on more often than not. Yeah. Right? More often than not. But it's funny because I was gonna ask you, have you ever approached somebody with an idea like, yo, I know I ain't did nothing for you yet, but look, this is what I got in mind, because you said you have ideas for.
Yeah, actually that did happen. I bumped into, luckily I live in New York City, so I get to bump into a bunch of people, to a player that used to play for the Jets. He's now currently on the Giants, Jason Pinnock. I had an idea for a ring for him. And it's, again, going back to what you guys had asked before, he's not too much of a flashy guy, but he wants something stylish, something that goes with everything. And I came up with an idea for him, kind of like a Cartier Panther ring for him, but we had our own little twist to it.
Okay.
So you said you wanted to get back to Jermaine Ortiz and Loma fight, right?
Yeah.
What was your thoughts?
Oh, I was there at the fight, man, and I don't see Lomachenko winning that fight at all. I say, in my eyes, clearly, Jermaine clearly had the first 7 rounds.
Wow.
8, 9, debatable. 8, 9, 10, debatable. 11,
7
and 12.
straight.
7 straight. 7 straight. I give to Ortiz. Not even trying to be biased or anything, but I was there at the fight, and I'm like,
wow.
there's no the cards, the scorecards I thought was bugged out to me. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
the
believe,
scorecards I thought were bugged out.
yeah.
You know, I don't know that he got the 7 straight.
Yeah,
I definitely believe it was a very close fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just be honest with you. I understand the business.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, they're not gonna give it to Jermaine.
Yeah.
Like Jermaine had to knock Lomachenko out.
In order, and,
You know,
yeah.
But I definitely thought it was a close fight, and the scorecards were disrespectful. You know, I think there was one that had a 7-5. You know, it was unanimous nonetheless, but 7-5, and it was like, okay, cool, that's close.
Yeah.
You know, at least that's close. But there wasn't even a draw, like nothing for in Jermaine's favor.
Right.
You know, I think that the performance he put up though, he's gonna he
Amazing
put up.
performance,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was an amazing performance, and he's coming back. You know. What up, Ness?
I'm just going over the scorecard. It's impossible to give him 7 straight.
Yeah. Well, okay. What rounds? What would you give him? What'd you score it?
I mean,
Bro, the thing is
definitely you give him 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
3 is a swing round.
Okay.
4 Ortiz round.
Okay.
5, 6. So those are Vasil rounds. He came on, but 7 is a swing round.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could have gone either way in that round.
Okay. All right.
8 Jermaine.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else,
Okay.
Loma. He closed the show, bro. Jermaine, you know, maybe gassed, maybe, you know, the anxiety of being on a big stage.
Right.
But you think he closed the show? Because you said first 7, which automatically gives you the win.
Right.
So maybe you didn't care that he didn't close the show.
And no, I wanted him to close the show very much like what Tio did. I think that was very important in order to get the judge's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he could have done a better job with doing that. But yeah, all right. So he didn't win the first 7 rounds. Okay, all right.
Yo, but bro, he was gonna need a lot,
To get the win.
Yeah.
Wow, what was the official scorecards?
I mean, one judge had
That
it
was like 117 to
yeah,
like
Oh, wow.
exactly.
92 or something like
Yeah,
that.
no,
so that's
one-
9-3.
Yeah, so one judge had it 117, 111, that's 9-3. One judge had it 116, 112, that's 8-4.
But
It-
9-3's not bad, bro.
Uh-huh.
9-3. Let me tell you that it's an 8-4 fight.
Okay.
Like Ortiz legit got 4 rounds. Like, you know, the rest are swing. You got to debate, did he get that 7? Because that's a tight round. Even let's say the 6th round could be maybe argued. But like definitive rounds, he only got 4. So a judge seeing that he only got 3, you know, that ain't that bad.
Yeah.
It just sound bad when you say 117.
So how'd you score it? Because I definitely ain't see it 9-3. So
I scored an 8-4. I'm going on my card.
Okay.
I scored an 8-4.
Okay.
You know, I got the digital card, so I keep them on deck. But
see,
like,
and the thing, so we were out of town for that fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember it was like I watched the first half live, and then we were there. We was in Arizona for the Jake Paul fight. So it was like all our focus went to that, and then I came
had to go back and watch it
Yeah,
though,
so
because everybody was talking about robbery.
Right.
So I came back to watch it, but I picked up where I left off, and I think that was bad because it was
Oh, look,
like
they saying I'm smoking in the live chat. I ain't see more than 4 definitive rounds, man. Like, it's one thing to win a round, is one thing to be like, I think he won that round. Like, we just seen a fight, I think it was Tarver or somebody famous just scored 2 rounds. Matter of fact, David Hay, he just scored 2 rounds this weekend, 10-10. You can't do that shit. So I could do that and be like, yeah, I scored 6 rounds for Ortiz, but then I also scored 10 rounds for fucking Vasil. It won't be fair. So, yeah, to me, it was
some people-
solid rounds. I say 4, arguably
Definitive. Yeah.
You know, then there's that 2 swing rounds.
Okay.
And
See-
yeah, look, they're like, oh, so all the swing rounds went to Vasil, but yeah,
That's how the business goes.
That's how this sport goes.
That's how it goes.
3-time champion. He's the one on pound for pound list. He's the one we even hit a seed.
Bro,
We don't know
look,
Jermaine.
I'll be honest with you. I don't even have Lomachenko on my pound for pound list.
Me
Like, he's a
neither.
good fighter. I still think.
But
No, I don't even think he's elite anymore. I'm gonna just say it. I don't even think he's elite.
no, he's
anymore.
elite. He's elite.
elite.
I think he's
elite.
just good.
I mean,
No,
look,
he's
look at
elite.
what he did to
'Cause he's-
Nakatani
he's
and the
beaten-
co-main.
He's beaten 98% of the other. You know what I'm saying? It's just the top 1-2%.
And remember
Yeah.
that,
Okay,
that,
so let me
that
ask you
he
this
only
question.
got like 2 fighters on his resume that no one knows. Other than that, everybody else is someone. Like
Somebody
decent-
we know.
a decent someone.
I will
Okay.
say this though. I will say this. And I got a lot of respect and admiration for Jermaine. And he was in town when the negotiations was going on. Like we had him on the show,
Right.
and he asked me, he's like, "How much you think I should take?" And I was like, "What you get for Jamel?" Okay. I was like, I told him, and he was like, "Yeah, that's what they offer." I'm like, "Cool." I think somebody like Jermaine right there, he in a win-win, right? He's in a win-win where even though he didn't get the win, he still won.
Yeah, boosted up his stock.
People that know the business, they
I don't think so.
I,
You don't think so?
I think so.
You don't think his stock got boosted?
His stock probably raised a couple
Right.
cents, but it ain't
Nah,
get boosted.
no, it
the
got-
word boosted is
It
like
got
what
boosted.
happened to Isaac Cruz, what happened to Rolly after they lost.
No, see that's becoming that they became like stars in a sense off a loss.
Stars, yes.
Hard
but
to say stars because, the star is the one that could sell on pay-per-view, which is Tank. Those guys, they're burning bright because of their loss and how they lost.
Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody the way you just gotta remember, champ, after the fight, it was like the world, the people that didn't believe, everybody's like, oh yeah, that's easy work now for Devin. Like Jermaine let it be known, yo, the TO thing was not, yo, he's not like that anymore.
See,
You know what I'm
and
saying? And I think that I don't know if it's like just stepping to him that people not showing them the respect that they used to. I don't know. I still think he's a talent, but I just understand the business, bro. Like to me, when we telling somebody from his promotional company like, yo, Loma's not even a ticket seller. Why do y'all love him? Oh, he's a sponsorship seller. You know what I'm saying? He brings us TV dollars. He does. So it's like Jermaine, I knew. I told him, I'm like, you can't show him no respect because I knew it was like he was not there to win. Jermaine was not there to win. Jermaine was there for Loma to get back, but he surprised a lot of people, and I think that's why his stock did rise.
Right.
Because he surprised a lot of people. I think he showed a lot of people that it wasn't just the Jamel fight, that he's really
I'm not running with none of that shit. He got 0 offers off that.
Really?
bro. The fight just took place.
I wouldn't care.
You would've put
Rolly and the other dude, Isak, they just fought whenever they fought Tank, and they had Ryan was on Isak the month after. Like, I want to fight you now.
Okay, and it's been a month.
All
All right, so
Ain't
you know what
nobody
I'm saying,
offering
bro?
ain't nobody offering Jermaine
bro,
nothing.
if
we
bro,
ain't
I'm
hit-
just
we ain't
saying,
hit his
bro,
name about
either
nothing.
way, you got to think about it though, champ. For one, the fight just took place, right? For one.
Ain't we talking about Devin
For
and
two,
Vasil?
for two,
We talking about Devin and Vasil.
yeah, because
But we're not as excited as we were before.
But we're talking about it. We knew that after Jermaine and Vasil, Devin and Vasil was next. So what's next for Jermaine? If he getting some sort of, he ain't getting nothing. I'm just being. I'm Dominican. Now he ain't getting nothing.
Bro, trying to compare it to what the tank effect.
Because
I'm just saying, it's not the tank effect.
Yeah,
like,
all he did was get a little, they switched the light switch or some shit, but he ain't like a burning, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't none of that. It ain't Isaac, and it's not Rolly, And let's be real, it's not even Diego Chavez. Diego Chavez lost to Thurman and got a fucking Rios and a Bradley fight.
See, and you know the sad thing is, you said Diego Chavez, and I thought that was the dude that T.O. knocked out, that he did the shovel thing.
No, you talking about Diego Magdaleno.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy. See, and you talking about it ain't even Diego Chavez. I don't even know who Diego Chavez is.
Because you, no disrespect, but you know, the year you started watching boxing, but like at the proof is in the pudding. If I lose to Keith Thurman and I can get a dude that's been in the ring with Pacquiao 3 times, then another dude that was in the Pacquiao fight too.
But that's what I'm saying,
My
bro.
stardom
Jermaine,
went
I
out
don't know.
the fucking roof.
So you still have Lomachenko's at top 10 now? You really
At
still have-
35?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Well, not at 35, just in general. Top 10 in general.
Pound for pound.
Top 10 pound for pound?
Top 10 pound for
I don't
pound.
really get into that because that shit fake. It's like I gotta make believe Lomachenko was a heavyweight or make believe he's a middle. I don't want to do that.
Okay,
That shit is corny to me.
Okay.
I give accolades. So like, you asked me, is Devin on a pound for pound? Yeah, because he undisputed.
Right.
You know, was Loma on the list once upon a time? Yeah, when he was, you know, unified and multiple division champ. But right now, you lost.
Cause
Like,
I think that you and I are in agreement. Boxing is a what have you done for me lately?
absolutely.
You get what I'm saying, bro? I don't want to hear about what you did 3 years ago.
Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna be honest
Right.
with you. Like that's
It's
old
what have you
shit.
done for me
Right, that's old,
today?
yeah.
Old
I
shit
agree, I
because
agree.
it's a business. You know, it is a business, so it's like, bro, you talking about old money, bro? I've been spent that.
Yeah.
What about now? Pandemic money ran out. What about now? You get what I'm saying? So it's what have you done for me lately? Lomachenko was there once upon a time to me.
He's not.
You know, he's not anymore. But
after
he's,
you lose, you can't just go back and beat Richard Comey and Nakatani. Oh, you pound for pound. Nah, man, get the fuck out of here. Like, you got to go beat champions.
Right.
You got to go unify. You got to go undisputed to get back on the list. You don't get back on the list based off your old accomplishments or what you've done in the past.
and even
we
off,
already ranked you for that.
And even off beating Jermaine, it's like, bro, like Jermaine, cool. Like
Yeah.
Jermaine's a very good fighter, but it was like that win was not enough to put him back there.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? He would have to be one of those top
Jermaine's
guys.
never been the world champ, so it's like you beat a contender.
Yeah.
You didn't beat a champion. There's not much we can raise him on that list. So,
Right. Okay. All right.
what's your thoughts on Tank and Shakur? You think that ever happens? And if it does, who you picking?
Tank and Shakur. If it does happen, I will. Respectfully, I'm going to go with Shakur. Respectfully, because I think Tank has a problem with bigger, rangier fighters. He got touched up a bit with Leo, got touched up a bit with Barrios. Tank is still dangerous. I'm not trying to take anything away from him because if he catches you, it's over. It's lights out. And I do believe if he catches Shakur with a few flush hits, it may be lights out for Shakur. And the same with Devin. I just think Devin and Shakur is sorry to put Devin into it.
Nah, he's into it. They've been back and forth on Twitter, and they've crossed some lines with some of the disrespectful stuff they said to each other.
And they have the history, you know, they have the history
Right.
there. You know, I got a picture of Devin and Tank in 2018. And at that moment, they was trying to settle the beef.
Yeah.
And that was 2018.
Yeah.
We about to be in 2023. So, you know, they all got history, and it's I think it's dope to see because it seems like for once all the top guys, young top guys want to fight each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Agreed. I just think because of their defense and how rangy they are, I think they got it over Tank. I easily see exactly how the fight with Devin Haney and Kambosos went when he kept him out of range. Anytime Kambosos kept coming in, he clinched him. I think it will play out the same way with Shakur and Devin against Tank. I think it will play out just like that.
I could see that happening, but it's not like we haven't. You know, I feel like Devin has been getting hit a little bit more than Shakur. And, Tank is explosive, man. When he does land, he lands, man.
He does.
They're dangerous shots. He's going to have to be perfect for the whole 12 rounds. So you're not into boxing like that, Brandon?
He's been getting me into boxing.
Yeah, I've been putting him on.
I'd say like the past couple months, I started watching boxing here and there. I'm watching a lot more.
Has any particular fighter caught your interest? Like you saw them fight, you're like, okay, like this guy's pretty good, or this girl's pretty good.
Tank.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Rolly fight was that the first fight?
We went to that fight. Yeah,
that was a fight?
that's one of the Barclays. Yeah,
Yo, I was there.
yeah, electrifying.
Let me tell you, first and only fight I've ever covered at the Barclays, which is kind of crazy because, you know, I've covered fights at a lot of venues.
Yeah,
That was different.
fire.
Oh my God, I love fights in New York.
Yeah, me too.
I love fights in New York.
So that was your first time in the Barclay?
In the Barclays ever.
Whoa. How many people were in attendance for that fight?
It was like 18,000.
Yeah, it was a packed house.
It was packed out.
Yeah.
Oh, he did better than Keith and Danny.
Better than anybody.
I think he has a
ever
record.
It was a record for any boxing event ever at Barclays, and it was the 5th most attended event ever, like just event ever at Barclays.
Yeah,
At Barclay, yeah, because I know Triple G did, him and Lemieux sold a lot of tickets.
Yeah,
very
yeah.
close to 20
No,
or over.
I'm talking at just Barclays, which obviously is a newer. What do you guys prefer being out there in New York? You got the newer, more youthful venue in Brooklyn, and then you got the historic venue in Manhattan. What do you guys prefer?
I like both. I think the Barclays is a bit more of a boxing venue than Madison Square Garden and the Hulu Theater.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. My personal opinion.
Don't the Nets play there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Barclays a little bit more.
Are you saying like the people that go to the fights there, they're more like boxing people, like the people from Brooklyn, they're more into it than like the crowd you see at the Garden?
Or are you saying that the venue is more known for boxing crowds?
I say the venue is. You could see. I like this. I like the perception that you can. All right, so when you're at the Barclays, you're kind of like looking down on everything, and in Madison Square Garden, it's
a
little
better
bit
view.
harder to see.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
a better.
nah, I think
just
it's a better view.
In
I
MSG,
agree.
you think it's a better view in MSG?
Bro.
100%.
Those $500 tickets that they're like mid. Yo, you're right looking into the ring. Like people love Madison Square because of that.
Okay, I personally like.
And even the theater, like
right.
you're in the ring. I feel like the theater is nice too, the way it's set up.
The
'cause
theater
it's-
is nice. The theater is nice. I agree.
So, I think that for boxing, I like both the Gardens better, but I feel that the Barclays is definitely more
appealing.
and I think like bro, like you said theater, the first thing I thought of, fuck, I gotta walk up all them fucking stairs to go to the concession stand.
Yeah.
That's
True.
the first thing I thought of. I swear to
Agreed.
God.
Agreed.
But it's no different for the Barclay. You got to go up the stairs to get to the bowls.
No, but I'm saying at least the Barclays you have
It's just better, bro. They thought about it. Like they based it off Madison Square and added what was missing. They got a 40-40 club in that shit. Like that Barclay is lit, man. They got everything in there.
It also has a nicer look when you're approaching it.
Yeah, I
The
just think
aesthetic of it.
The outside, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
because
And that's real grass, you know that.
really
That green.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I
I
didn't
didn't,
know
I
that.
didn't even know that, and I'm from New York. Jeez.
I didn't know that.
Nah, I
thought
didn't
that
know
was
Oh,
that.
serious? Earth.
Turf.
He said he thought it was turf.
Oh shit. Maybe we should check. I thought it was real grass.
See,
I
that-
swear
that
they
was my
said that
first
because
time.
I've been going so long. I did the tour. I'm gonna Google it.
Bro, yeah,
Okay.
that was my first time. You know, definitely enjoyed Barclays, and Tank brings them out. What do you think is gonna come of that Tank Ryan fight? Because we were talking, and obviously the two crowds that they bring, you bring them together. What do you call it, Ness? A combustion?
Spontaneous combustion.
Spontaneous combustion. See, I think
Yeah. 4-inch deep growing medium. 35,000 using 35,000 trays, bro. That shit is real grass.
Oh wow.
Makes it way more
Oh, wow.
impressive.
That's crazy.
But yeah, what do you think? We'll
Tank and
see.
Garcia.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't think that Ness agrees, but I think that fight is bigger than Earl and Bud. I don't think it's a better fight.
Nah.
I think it's a bigger fight.
Bigger
but
fight?
by
I think-
bigger,
Nah,
bigger,
bro.
you mean does better
I
numbers or
think it
more
does-
people come out?
Yeah,
like,
I think it does everything better. Because I think if they wanted to, they could put that in the Raiders stadium. The Raiders have a small football stadium. Like in comparison to NFL stadiums, it's small.
Right.
Bro, 62, 63, that's small. 65,000, that's small for a football stadium. So I think they could do 50 plus there. Done right, I think they could do it at a stadium. I
don't even think
as far as social media,
has Ryan ever done over 15,000 tickets, bro? You kidding me?
I don't think so.
Never.
Yeah, he ain't never fought nobody though.
No, and I get it. They're gonna base it off him maybe doing 12 versus someone we don't know. But
I think the most he did was 14 against Linares, and then he did like 12 against Luke Campbell in San Antonio or wherever in Texas that fight was.
I think he did the 12 versus To Go though.
Oh, he did 12 with To Go as well?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I just think that, it's going to be the right dance partner, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I have family that ask me about Ryan all the time, but when, they know who Tank is. They've seen that killer on SportsCenter. They don't watch boxing. They've seen him on sport. They've seen something. So it's like, bro, uncles that don't watch boxing, that don't, friends, like, they're hitting me up. And I see it, bro. Like, I know women who take girls trip for tank fights.
That's crazy.
This is true.
I legit have pictures with girls I went to high school with in LA from the Tank Pitbull fight. Cause they took a girls trip. Some girls I knew from Atlanta.
I never heard of that.
Some girls I knew from Atlanta. They took they came with their guys. It was like a double date thing with 4 friends. Bro, come on, vacation to LA for the Tank fight.
Crazy.
That effect, and I think that's why it'll be bigger than, I think their demographics are demographics that are more on social media.
Right.
So they're going to be tweeting about it, looking it up more, talking about it more. I just think it's going to be, bigger overall fight.
Okay.
I mean, they do have bigger social media presences, and they're both interact with bigger stars than Terrence and Earl do. Like, Earl knows a couple people. He's been with Jerry Jones and, Yella Beezy and things like that. But, man, Ryan doing GMC commercials, man. Ryan out here doing Gatorade. He's getting some real publicity. Then you got Tank. He's linked with Drake and the OVO and Floyd, even though he's not with them anymore. That association doesn't disappear overnight.
And not just that, but I mean, you go to a Tank fight, you're going to an event.
Yes.
It's
a movie.
Lil Baby has walked him out now numerous times. He really gets the stars. Like, we were just at the Regis fight briefly. And that venue, like the stuff, when he fought there, last minute replacement, bro, Drake still came out. Wayne still came out. YBN Corday still came out.
Right.
Odell Beckham still came out. Antonio Brown still came out. Now, was it Grammys weekend in LA? It was. But it's like, even more. It's
but you still got to take the time to go.
And that's what I was going to say. Grammys weekend, everybody has
something to
do. Everybody's throwing a party, an event. So it's like, damn, I'm gonna take time out my day to go, not just from downtown or Hollywood, bro. They going to Carson. That ain't, you feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like Tank and Ryan together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something different.
I say I go with the Bud and Spence fight just because. One, I don't give Ryan with all respect to Ryan, I don't give him any shot to beat Tank. Like, it's a dead issue for that.
Yep.
But with Bud and Spence, regardless who wins or lose, you still want to see it again. Because they're still going to be elite fighters, win or lose. You know what I'm saying? So you have more of a trilogy with them than as opposed to Ryan Garcia and Tank. Once you see that fight, you're not going to want to see it again.
Unless Ryan does the unthinkable, and I'm with you. It's true.
Because it's almost like wanting to see Tank and Rolly again. You don't want to see that again. Respect to Rolly. I like Rolly, but,
And, you do have a great point. Like, I don't believe I'm going to want to see Tank and Ryan because I think Tank wins easily. But, bro, there's Devin thing. He's like, bro, it's not going to be an easy fight for Tank at all. Like,
yeah, but that's because Devin lost to him 3 times. Tank ain't lose to
No,
Ryan.
and that's what he's saying. Like he's
Wait,
been
Devin
in the,
lost to Ryan
in the
Three times?
amateurs. In the amateurs,
Oh, I thought.
Yeah, 3 each.
they each won 3.
each.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and that's what I'm saying. He's been in the ring with him. He's like, yo, like he hasn't fought anybody to prove himself, but Ryan is a really good boxer.
But that's the thing, though. Tank and people like me who are Tank fans, we don't want to hear none of that shit. We know Tank got that crazy power. So it's like, yeah, Devin had a tight time because Devin don't punch like Tank. Once Tank hit Ryan, my man, on that back foot, he out. Like. But fellas, man, I don't want to keep you too long. Do you have any other fights or anything you want to bring up? If not, jewelry, where the people could buy and
Reach out.
social media,
Yeah.
in case they want to DM and maybe,
Yeah.
So-
Find us at Bakar by Silva on IG, BRAKARBYSILVA. You can hit up Brandon.
It's Ricard the Jeweler. BRAKAR the Jeweler.
And then mine is Mike the Jeweler, MikeDajeeLeer, NYC. All right. Thank you for having us.
No, man, thank you
I watch
for
you guys
coming
all
in.
the time, so it was,
Appreciate it, man. We definitely appreciate you guys stopping by, and we do appreciate. I do anyway, because this is the only sport I watch. Unlike him, he watches other things. I
Yeah.
mean, my man's even watching cricket now. So I appreciate you getting involved with the sport
All I
and,
said-
and making our fighters fly.
All I said was during the pandemic, cricket was one of the first sports to pick back up. And I happened to be in the Middle East during that time, and I was with a lot of Indians that watch cricket, and I definitely sat my ass down to watch a few cricket matches.
okay. All right.
You know, but no, I watch it all.
And now he likes
Okay.
NASCAR.
No,
So
no, don't be disrespectful.
Are you guys football fans?
Formula One, I am.
Okay. Who do you like?
I'm a Bears fan, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm a Ravens fan.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a Bears fan, man, and but I watch it all, man. I'm a fucking degenerate. I'm a degenerate.
Okay. All right.
So I legit watch it all.
I'm a huge NFL college football guy. I don't really have a favorite college football team. I just pick whoever I think is going to be good in certain years. Shout out to UNLV, Ricky White. They just beat their rival.
Yeah, brought the cannon home.
Yeah. Other than that, I would like to say look out for my boy Truck Simpson, Lorenzo Truck Simpson, coming in at middleweight.
Yeah, no, we know Truck very
very
well.
well, for him.
Very well around
You
these
did something
parts.
for him too?
We're working on something right now. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, no, shout out to Truck,
But
man.
I personally think like he can be pound for pound one day. In my personal opinion. I
No,
think so.
definitely, man.
I've heard a lot of good things about him. And he
And-
just
And motherfuckers are scared to fight him. Motherfuckers are scared to fight him.
Yeah, we
bro.
just got to see him stay active. You know, we definitely have to see Truck active. But I've seen him in the gym enough to know that he's a special talent. So
Oh, one quick question. What do you guys think about Chris Colbert and Frank Martin?
well, it ain't
it
happening.
ain't
about that.
happening. It ain't happening. Michelle Rivera took that spot.
Okay. If it was to happen, hypothetically, who do you think will win that fight? If Chris goes up to 135?
I wanted to hope that Chris could get the win, but he did underestimate Hector Garcia and went down off the punch. Frank is considered a puncher.
Yeah, he's a
so
big
it
guy.
was a fight to watch to see.
I didn't really like the fight, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't like him moving
because
up
it's
just
like-
to prove a point.
Right, it's like you're coming off a loss,
Right.
loss that nobody saw you taking, right, or expected you to take. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
and it's like you moving up to beat somebody who hasn't accomplished anything isn't gonna do anything for your career.
Yeah.
like Ness said, it would have just been to prove a point.
Right.
But yeah, I would have liked to believe that he could have outboxed Frank, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
But we'll see now. Frank is fighting here in Vegas December 17th against Michelle Rivera. So
Can't wait to see that.
it'll be his biggest step up. So definitely a good barometer for down the line, if anything.
For sure. Guys, let's cut to the promo. We'll take a quick picture with our guests and be right back to wrap up the topic.
All right.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Just want to thank our guests for coming in the building. Shout out to Brandon and Mike, the jeweler, both definitely putting the fighters to shine out here. Shout out to the Ragaroo Regis Prograde. Just got the win, and also the beautiful pendant by the duo. But we are discussing Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, and a little bit of Devin Haney, the Twitter beef, and obviously things escalating, crossing certain lines, and talking in a manner where they gotta fight. I feel like after what's been said by both Shakur and Devin, yeah, they gotta fight Tank, man. Tank gotta fight them too, is how I feel. I don't know about yourself, but after everything that's been said, it's just like, damn, should we let sleeping dogs lie, or should we continue to add some wood to the fire, bruh?
No, I think it's fights that are inevitable, that have to happen. But, you know, with the three guys being so young, like I said, don't think it'll be any fights that we see next year. I do think that we'll see one of those fights the year after, early 2024. I think we'll see a fight between two of the three guys. I just think that there's such big fights that it'll take time to happen. And because of that, you know, we'll just see them as the years go by.
So I guess Tank is different now that he's officially split from Mayweather, because the tweets are not deleted. Do you think this is new?
We'll see, right? We'll see. If it starts to become a pattern, then I guess we'll have to say it is. You know, if we don't see Tank deleting anything, I guess we'll have to say it is.
So I do want to show some of these, though. Can we get a screen share? Oh, all right. So he's there already. So here's one that ain't get deleted yet. Just so it's clear, I don't fuck with none of them. So stop trying to buddy. I don't rock with niggas. And that's just how I'm coming. Ain't no more talking. After these two fights, tell the promoters, let's make something happen. Sounds different. What you think?
No, I think you might be right, champ, and hopefully that is the case. And the reason I say that is because if that is the case, then I think we may not have to wait as long to see some of these fights. I think that, you know, we may see some of these fights happen, you know, like I said, within the next year and a half, 2 years. Given that if Tank is really a free agent and able to just send, you know, say Top Rank sends an offer, if he able to go over there to make one of them fights happen, that'd be amazing. Or do a joint, you know, a joint venture.
Give me some context. Let me get a screen share here. You're saying that, let me double check my texts, right? Because I should be blue. So Tank is blue here, right?
No.
Yeah, when I type to you, it's blue.
You're blue.
That's what.
Right.
So this say Tank. Oh, you're right. So this, okay. So, because, you know, his last tweet just said that he don't rock with none of them. But then it means that he does, because he's the one saying, bro, it's all good. I understand, bro. I'm thankful to share and learn. Also help you. Trust me. You open my eyes, getting me back on track. Just wanting to be great in this sport, and I'm very thankful that we had a strong camp together. One love, brother. We got this. Strap season. So when he say don't try to make me buddy, it's like, dog, we only think y'all buddy because of what, you know, y'all interactions throughout the past.
I wonder when was this from, because when have they spent the camp together?
I don't know. I mean, it say we got this strap season, so who knows, bro?
I mean, we've been hearing strap season for years, so that's what I'm saying.
Well,
like,
here it goes. It says, of course, my boy, you know, we like. You know, we like 45 minutes. You ever? So this was when he was in VA. So this could be old. Let's focus on this world title first in 2 days. It's time to show the world for us, bro. Strap. So who was going for the fight? It sound like
I think you're right.
it sounded like Shakur was going for a title shot. Because first off, Tank been a champ before.
Nah. Think about it though. Tank fought Pedraza January 2017, so he could have been.
We're good on the screen share?
Shakur was just coming off the Olympics then. You get what I'm saying? It could have been during his time in VA. But we really don't know because that message thread wasn't posted from either guy.
Oh, yes, it was. You tripping.
You just ain't show it from them then.
Yeah, no, right now I didn't because,
Okay.
Shakur posted that.
Okay.
Shakur posted that. I'm trying to find it now on his, but he was posting way more than Tank, so, it could be buried. Or deleted. Fuck, because I just seen that tweet where he said, I hate driving with Lyric, which means he deleted all that shit.
Why?
I mean, he was cursing crazy.
He just said he hates driving with his girl.
That's the only one left. You're not getting it. After that.
You saying the other shit that you seen ain't there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, here goes some of it. Screen share. Why they got this meme under there? Yo, I ain't want to even show that meme. So look at all these deleted tweets. But Shakur said, you cat. Oh, no. You so cat. You don't even believe that yourself. I'm going to make it easy work out of you. For real. Keep that same energy, though. But look at 4 deleted tweets. And this is what I'm saying. That's why I went with Lance Cross because, bruh, there was a lot of shit said. And look, it's all gone because, look, after that one, now he goes to congratulating Regis. So, okay. Let me see if I got some of it in the pre-pro because we was driving to L.A. when all that took place, and we were getting the messages. Our pre-pro was definitely on it.
As usual.
Mm-hmm. Bro, you know what else? The internet called? The internet is undefeated. These fighters, y'all got to stop. My man is out here wilding. Did you see Zach Parker?
Nah. Oh, yes, bro.
Bruh,
Come
that's
on,
the
champ.
saddest.
Come on, champ. You posting
Google image
Zika
X-rays.
injuries. And it's a Google image.
He
Bro,
terrible.
And it was like one of the first pictures that came up, too. He didn't even allow himself to go through a few pages of Google images of somebody else's x-ray. He was like, no, the first good one I see that looks like my hand is the one I'm going to use.
Bro,
He's ridiculous.
sad, though. Like, he really took a L with that right there.
And he didn't respond, huh?
Of course not. What is he going to say? He got caught.
He should have took it down.
Bruh, that would have been worse because they screenshotted it. Man. It's too late. It's definitely too late, man. I'm trying to find these Shakur tweets
So, yeah.
in pre-pro. Okay, here we go. Let's see, is this deleted too? Okay, that's up. How do I find that? Let me do it.
Yeah, that's funny.
What?
That he used that picture. I will say that he posted a video 7 hours ago.
Who?
Zach Parker.
What'd he say?
It's just his. Well, I'm not listening to it, so if he is saying something, I don't know. But I'll send it to you. But he's showing his hand fucked up.
Hey, wow, and the tweet don't exist?
Yeah.
How come I could pull it up on my phone? Tell you, they be deleting, man. They be deleting. It's so crazy. Let me try and pull it up on a desktop.
But no, there was plenty of back and forth between all parties involved, and it's just something we're gonna have to keep an eye out for.
Go to Devin's Twitter, because I ain't even go to that one yet. I'm trying to pull this Tank one up. Yes, it's crazy. I could pull it up on my phone, but when you pull it up on a desktop, it shows tweet deleted. So what I'm trying to show you, though, is let me see if I can save this photo. I'm going to take a screenshot.
So I sent you the Devin tweets. It was only 2 of them.
I just sent it to myself, Brian. We'll actually, yeah, it's sending to myself. There it goes. We're gonna have to open it up as a image.
And I did send those 2 Devin tweets.
You want me to go to the first one first or the second one first?
You go to the second one first. The second one was first. So.
All right, screen share. And it says, truth be told, I beat the shit out of Tank. Somebody around here got the footage besides Floyd. And if you so-called almost knocked me out, what stopped you? Since when have we heard of you stopping from knocking anybody out? Man, get the fuck out of here, Tank. And obviously this is Tank.
In the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them.
He cracked both of them. That shit got 170,000 on Twitter. Shout out, Dave.
Uh-oh.
What?
We got $100 super chat from Mr. James Kelly saying, "What's up, TBV?
What up, James?
What up, champ?
Salute to you. Champ.
We appreciate the love."
I got one more, fellas, as it's populating.
Oh, yes.
And then it says,
the other Devin tweet.
He only says this shit when he got a fight lined up. Ain't gonna never fight nobody.
Still gotta, like, come on. So if you win, you said all that. If you win, I'm not out my contract. Let's make the fight happen, since you was wanting to talk crazy.
And that was obviously right after Romero. I mean, that was Davis Romero buildup. So the onus was on Tank because Devin won. So the onus was on Tank to now and make the deal with Devin, as he said in this interview. But he did not do that. There were no offers sent to Devin or his team to see did they want to make a potential.
Well, that was, I mean, it was on Devin since he fought after Tank. But
nah, he's the one right here saying, go win, and then we can make the fight.
Yeah, but
he said, I'm the one that ain't with no promoter, so go win, then we can make the fight. All right, so you fought, now you really not with no promoter. He won, now he really free and clear.
What I'm saying is he said that before the first George fight, and Devin had the rematch.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. So Devin did what he had to do to be truly free and clear. Right. Tank did what he do to be truly free and clear. But you went and made the Hector fight. You ain't sent an offer to Devin. So, but anyway, man, it is what it is. We're going to continue to follow this and other news and, you know, bring it to you every single day. Don't forget to follow us right here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. If you're watching this in the future, present, past, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility. It's going to help put other potential boxing fans on the phone lines and allow them to voice their opinion. Yeah, that's right. We take phone calls here at 1-425-569-5241. I do got a caller there. You haven't pressed 1, so I kind of need you to do that so I know exactly that you want to be bothered. I don't want to bring you on and you got the background going and you're not really ready.
Right.
You know?
Because some people just call in to listen.
They just want to listen.
Some people just call in to listen.
So if that's you, let us know on Blog Talk.
$5 super chat from JCO91 says, TBV, what it do? Big fan. But with all of these tweets, I understand, but I'd rather get the entertainment once the contract is signed.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying, man. But believe me, if we didn't report on it, people be like, why you ain't talking about Shakur having all that energy for Tank? It's like you can never win. James Kelly, are you trying to rock out? I see you on Blog Talk, but you ain't press 1.
Let us know, champ. Let us know.
James Kelly, are you available? 1 time, 2 times. All right. righty then.
Ring Woke Danny, Instagram
Did you
and
get?
Twitter.
Let me get to all these super chats though, because we do got a
Oh,
couple.
I miss them? Oh.
Let me double check.
Oh, man, I did see we had a members one at the beginning.
I think I got those.
Okay.
Not to them. I think I have them screenshotted. Hopefully, looks like Canna might have sent it to me. So the first one came from T Sizzle, $10 super chat. Shout out to you. He says, I see how Ryan versus Tank got made. Eddie wanna charge me $150 to renew my DAZN subscription, and you know that fight gonna be DAZN pay-per-view anyways. Shout out 2023 TBV live fight chats. Fire emoji, glove emoji. Let's get it. Yo, that's crazy. So they raised the subscription price, and he's right. All the big fights still gonna be DAZN pay-per-view. So that's crazy. They gave us a price hike, and we ain't getting no big fight. I got Kai.
Not for free.
Kai Jin, who says Devin Haney and Stevenson got all the smoke for Tank on the other side of the street, but none for each other on the same side. I don't think that's true. I think Shakur and Dev already made it clear that they willing to fight each other. I think that they just both know one guy's fighting Lomachenko, so the other guy's trying to get, a fight solidified. And you already shouted out James Kelly. One more time, we're going to show you some love because you showed us a
Shout out to
tremendous
you,
amount of
champ.
love with the $100 super chat. We appreciate you. And you did get to J. Cole, right?
Yes.
Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter.
Ring Woke Danny, we are the boxing voice. Make sure to tune in tomorrow morning. James Kelly
He said he's here.
with another $10.
James, what up?
You already shouted out. Hello.
We hear you.
Stand by. Can you hear me? Stand by. Hold up, bro. I got to put you on pause on the feet. Are we here?
We
You
here.
there?
Hey, what's up now? Hey, how y'all doing?
We're
Good,
doing
champ. How
good,
you
man.
doing?
Thank you for calling in.
Oh, definitely. Look, you know what? I got to tease. I got to tease you now. You came out of New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
You talked to me when you were in New York.
I ain't talked to you in New York.
No, you did.
Oh.
That's how I know you are. Yeah, but I'm proud of you, man. You are in Vegas, man. But I'm glad to be on because it's hard for me to catch up with a lot of these channels times, man. But now that I'm retired, But look, what you want to ask me? I ain't no big player, but I think you deserve whatever I gave it. I'm blessed. I'm thankful that I'm blessed to be able to do that. To cheer you on, thank you for what you're doing. Your channel, all other channels. I watch all the channels I can watch. Your channel, DFTB, Blue Blood, Champside, Trill. Come on, man. And see, people say, why you talk to us? Why not? If I don't talk to you guys, if it wasn't for you guys, people would not know about boxing like I used to know about it growing up in Patterson, New Jersey.
Mm. Man, you from
CBS
Patterson?
Sports, Wide World of Sports, born and raised. And
Oh,
see, you
wow.
forgot because I told you that before.
I used to train
You forgot. I told you.
I used to train in the Passaic gym over there at Glen Tapia old gym.
Okay, then. So remember this? You do remember me then. Because if you know about Patterson, you know about Total,
Yeah.
Lou Duva.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Come on, talk to me now. Because Patterson is Passaic County. And you got Passaic right there. You got Passaic, you got Newark, you got Jersey City. And Patterson, where I'm from, is the third largest populated city in New Jersey. But it's all good because right across the bridge from New York City, I can get on at the time, I can get on my attic roof and see New York City. I tell people that they don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, man. Love is good no matter where you're from, man. No matter where you're from. But you and I used to speak to you guys before, way when you was in New York. And so I gradually watch you guys grow. Awesome. Beautiful. And I'm not rich. But I have no problem dropping some funds to support a channel. And I support other channels too, man. But I support it because of boxing. You understand me?
Well, we
For
appreciate
sure, man.
the
We
support,
definitely
champ.
appreciate it, man.
Definitely
Thank you.
appreciate the support for sure.
You can take this to the bank. If my man, if y'all go back and you check your data, you probably will see my name years ago when you was in New York. You probably will see it, but that's okay. It's all good. Thank you for what y'all doing, man. I just retired from the Department of the Navy, Department of Defense.
Okay,
4 years Marine
congrats.
Corps, 4 years Marine Corps. Yeah, God is good. 4 years Marine Corps, 35 as a civilian. And, man, I don't even know what to do with myself, man. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm losing track of time. I've been retired since July 6th. And I'm like, whoa, you know, but what's a blessing is I'm still pursuing my education, you know.
There you go.
Not to become smarter, but to just become better so I can help others be better and they can make me be better. You know, we all got to just build each other up, man. You know, regardless of what channel you're on, man. If you pumping up boxing, pumping it up for these guys that step in the ring, some of them could be part-time plumbers, but professional boxers and still knock you out. They'll knock me out. I ain't gonna lie about it. But it's a sport, but it's you could die right in the ring.
Absolutely.
You feel me? You know, so I think a lot of fans forget about that.
Can't take it for granted, champ.
Forget about that.
We can't take them for granted.
You know, man, I remember. Look, you remember when it used to be 15 rounds. You know why they stopped it, right?
For the safety of the fighters.
Yeah, for the safety of the fighters.
But there was for the sake of the fighter. But it was an incident that happened. Dooku Kim was killed. If I'm correct, by what? It was Boom Boom Mancini.
What? Boom Boom Man?
If I'm correct.
Ray Mancini alive.
No.
He's saying he killed somebody.
No, he's alive. The Dooku Kim was a boxer that got killed in the ring.
Oh yeah, you're right. Dooku Kim.
And I think he was fighting Mancini. I could be wrong.
No, you're not. Long ago, no, you are correct. That was November 13th, 1982. It is now titled
82. And where were you guys at? I was 16.
In 82, I was 14 years before being conceived.
I was super young. I was like
3.
I was
3
16.
or 2.
I was 16, man.
Crazy.
Yeah.
See, that's I guess what I'm saying is that 15 rounder was the deal. They fought for 15 rounds and they weren't getting nowhere near the money they get now, man. And you know what? That's what bothers me. And I understand. Don't get me wrong. Make the money, but man, make the fight.
And
for the fans, that's paying you.
And it's crazy because I was reading the Ray Mancini was only 21 and that the fighter Dooku Kim was only 23. But all right, champ, we gotta let you go. We gotta wrap up. We appreciate the support as always.
We got one more caller on here. Looks like, is this Tommy in Florida? What up?
What's going on, fellas? You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie, I missed most of this show, but I caught some of the interview. I had some dudes and Ness brought up Diego Chavez, and then Danny was like, he don't know who that is. And short and simple, I'm gonna tell you who he is. When Boots fight somebody like Diego Chavez and stop him, even how he is now, he gonna be more elevated then. Because Diego Chavez was a good-ass fighter, undefeated, up and but just like Boots. So when him and Key got in the ring, that pretty much told them what happened. You know, so if it's on YouTube, go back and watch the fight. But like Ness said, he fought Tim Bradley. And if I'm not mistaken, he was...
We wasn't talking. We wasn't talking about.
I know y'all wasn't.
You know how good of a fighter. I'm just saying. He's saying he became a star after that loss.
I ain't say star.
You did say star.
I ain't say star. I said
nah. He ain't say star. He said like he after he lost to Keith and then he fought Brandon Rios and then Tim Bradley. Like
I said, that's a boost.
Like
you know, Mike was trying to say, oh, he got a boost. You trying to say, I'm like, nah, that ain't a boost. This is a boost because you get another call, you get
that's
actual
what I'm saying.
bigger
We
fights.
don't know what's gonna happen. It's only been a month.
It's been longer than a month.
A month and a half.
You talk.
But bro, we had Halloween.
Ryan was offering Pitbull Cruz the minute they just woke him up with the smelling salt.
Ryan don't even be for real, champ. He just be for entertainment.
Yeah.
Right.
This was the first time he's been for real about something.
I'm a fan of boxing. So when Ryan fight, I watch. But when he got them Twitter fingers going, I don't be into that part because he do that a little too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then the Tank and the Devin and the Shakur back and forth. I mean, it's all entertaining. It's all good for boxing, but none of them fights gonna happen in the next 12 months. So,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, if it do, everybody gonna tune in. If it do, everybody's gonna tune in. But it's just like the reality of it happening right now. I don't really see it. And then again, like I said the other day when I talked to Nez, it ain't a for sure thing how long Devin really gonna stay at 135. But I mean, if him and Tank come up and they talking about catch weight, I'm pretty sure he'll make it happen. But so, but yeah, that's what I was calling. Just go ahead and Google that, man, because that a fighter like Diego Chavez is the fighter I want to see Boots get in the ring with. I want to see him get in the ring with somebody like that. And which I think he would have beat Diego. Like today's Boots would beat that day, back then Diego
What
Chavez.
you
I
think,
just
Nash?
want to
It wouldn't matter. And I'm going to say, yeah, but Tommy, I'm going to let you go. But I will answer and say, yeah, he'll beat Diego Chavez. Diego Chavez never really beat anybody. He just was a good dude who gave good fights but always lost. Yo, catch us on the next one, mañana in the morning, 6 a.m., Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter.
Ringwalk Danny, Instagram and Twitter. We are the Boxing Voice. Make sure to follow us and subscribe on all forms of social media and wherever podcasts can be found. Peace. Catch us tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. We out.